Hello and welcome to the 14th installment of my grading of all of the expansion cards in Terraforming Mars. This is the third episode on Colonies. As always, if you want insight into the grading system, check out the description or click on the link in the top right hand corner to get to the first video, where I explain it all. If you want to know how I go about ranking the expansion cards compared to the base game cards, check out the first video of rating expansion cards, which is also linked in the description. But let's get started. We kick off today with Floater Prototypes, a cheap floater event. If you're buying and playing this card without any combo potential, you pay 5 MC for 2 floaters, which is alright. Take Jovian Lanterns for example. 2 floaters there would grant you a point. So Floater Prototypes would grant you 1 VP for 5 MC, which is the fair value implied by Dust Seals, and in contrast to that card, you can play Floater Prototypes in the late game, when you actually want to score points and the chance that you have discounts or other combo potential is higher. Obviously, Jovian Lanterns is one of the best cases for points. Especially if you're playing with Venus Next, you could find way worse floater cards like Stratopolis or Celestic. But I think this is outweighed by the flexibility Floater Prototypes provides. You can decide where to place these floaters, and if you have multiple different floater cards, you can possibly choose between power, cards, VP, TR and more. In addition, Floater Prototypes has quite a bit of combo potential, and if you draw it for free it suddenly becomes really cheap. Also, it's obviously great for Hoverlord if you're playing with Venus Next. But at the same time it's really not that influential and entirely useless if you're going for a rush. Pure rush strategies are quite a bit weaker if you're playing with Colonies though. So I'd put Floater Prototypes in low C tier. We're not done with all of the floater cards. Next up, Floater Technology. For 7 MC you get a science tag and a freely placeable floater once per gen. On its own, except if you really need a science tag to unlock something ridiculous like AI or AGT, floater tag is obviously worthless. But in combination with a good floater collecting card, this card can really shine. Same as with Floater Prototypes, the payoff can be anything from VP to cards to power prot and more. The fact that you're not restricted to putting the floaters on Jovian tags, as with some of the other floater combo cards, is almost irrelevant when only playing with Colonies. Atmo Collectors is the only non-Jovian floater card in this expansion. But if you're playing with Venus Next at the same time, this can come in handy massively, and you could easily combo this with floating hebs for a relatively cheap and easily playable point scoring machine. Obviously, floater technology is great for Hoverlord, and the science tag can be handy in a lot of engine setups. All in all, it's a cheap floater combo card, once again useless for rush, that I think should also land in low C tier. Jovians are relevant for the next card as well, as we're talking about Galilean Waystation. This card is one of those that can swing between absolutely worthless and really strong, also heavily depending on player count. Going for a space strategy including Jovians is much more viable in Colonies as the focus shifts away from rush and towards engine. At the same time, 15 MC is quite a hefty price, and you're presented with a card with a built-in timer. Galilean needs 3 Jovian tags to deliver fair value, since the VP it grants is worth 5 MC, and with 3 Jovians it delivers 3 MC prot, the same as Acquired Company. But since it doesn't hold a Jovian tag itself, getting to 3 can be hard to achieve early on. But waiting for more Jovians kills time, where the prot could pay off, so you need more prot to compensate. So the longer you wait, the higher the effect will likely be, but the longer you wait, the less that higher effect will matter, since production takes time to pay off. Of course, that doesn't matter if you're just using this card as a banker swing, but that's just one milestone on one map, and even there I think there are much better cards, like Toll Station or Satellites. I experienced way too many situations in which Galilean Waystation underdelivered, so I'm really not a fan of it. In my opinion, this card belongs in D tier. But we'll close the episode with 2 much better cards, the first of which is Heavy Taxation. I love this card. In my opinion, it is what Hackers should have been. A great development piece for the super early game. Let's calculate this card's price and value. Heavy Taxation costs 3+3 to buy and play. You can factor in the negative VP as another 5 MC in cost, and the instant 4 MC cashback as a reduction in cost. So in total the card's price is 7 MC. It grants 2 MC prot and an Earth tag, so the same as sponsors, but for 2 MC less. In exchange, it comes with a 2 Earth tag requirement. In addition, the negative VP does not matter as much in the early game when you want to play this card. This is the same logic that applies when we talk about pure point cards that might be efficient, but not suited for the early game. Also, the cashback can often mean that after playing heavy taxation, you can still play another development card, and the low price means that drawing this card for free eliminates a large part of its cost, making it even better. So I think that heavy taxation is an elite development piece in the early game, of course with a very limited time frame of playability. In that time frame, however, it's probably a high B tier card, but overall I still have to put it in C tier. And with the last card of today's episode, we get to our first colony placing card, Ice Moon Colony. This is one of the most expensive colony placements, but as we'll see, it still offers a discount overall and is quite a good deal. So first of all, let's talk about trading and colonies in general. In most games you'll play, placing colonies and trading, especially when using power for it, is a great deal. When trading, you can exchange one resource, as I said, most of the time power, for more resources. This is already great, but two factors make it even better. A, trading provides flexibility, so you can get MC, steel, heat, plants, cards, animals, or whatever you like, of course depending on the colony tiles that are in the game. Not only do you get those resources, but you also deny them from your opponents. This is especially nice if there's just one really good colony tile in play. If you want to know which colony tiles are generally the best, check out my colony tile tier list, linked in the description. So trading is super strong, and by extension colony tiles are as well. Not only do they grant a placement bonus, they also grant their colony bonus whenever anyone trades there. Since someone will be trading to the best colony tiles in nearly every gen, that can be quite strong, and leads to a lot of players just buying colonies with the respective standard project in Gen 1, if they do not have a card for it. So this means that the baseline of a colony placing card, Interplanetary Colony Ship, will not land in C tier, but above that in B tier. Every other colony placing card needs to be compared to this baseline, and Ice Moon Colony compares favorably to it. Due to Interplanetary Colony Ship, we know that a colony costs 15 MC, since that's what you pay to buy and play ICS. An ocean costs 14 MC due to Subterranean Reservoir. That means Ice Moon Colony grants 29 MC worth of value for just 26 MC. Therefore, I think it's better than its benchmark, Interplanetary Colony Ship, and will just be able to reach A tier. In addition to it being discounted to its fair price, it is also one of the colony placing cards which is most flexible in terms of when it is worth to play, since the Oceanate grants can be useful in all stages of the game. It's a really great card, but cannot quite reach the top tier of the magnificent 3 colony placing cards, which we will discuss later in this series. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments whether you agree with my ratings, or if not, how you would have rated these cards differently. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And lastly, please check out my Twitch and my Twitter. See you in the next video.